Most people don't realize they are trapped. They wake up tired, they rush to work, they count days until the weekend. Then they repeat the same cycle for years, not because they're lazy, not because they're stupid, but because they were taught the wrong game. Meanwhile, a small group of people quietly escape the 9-5. They don't work harder than everyone else. In many cases, they work less, yet their income grows while others stay stuck. So what's the real difference? It's not luck, it's not talent, it's not even education, it's how they see the world. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how the rich escape the 9-5, while most people stay trapped inside it. Once you understand this, you'll never look at money, work, or success the same way again. Let's start with the biggest lie we were all taught. From childhood, we are programmed with a simple formula: go to school, get good grades, get a safe job, work hard, retire someday. This system was not designed to make you rich, it was designed to make you predictable. Schools train people to be good employees, not wealthy individuals. You are rewarded for following rules, memorizing information, and avoiding mistakes. But wealth is built by thinking independently, solving problems, and taking smart risks. The rich realize this early. The poor and middle class spend their lives inside this system. That is why most people only know one way to make money: by selling time. They trade hours for salary. The rich play a completely different game. They don't sell time, they build assets. This is the first major divide. Employees ask, how much does this job pay per month? The wealthy ask, will this make me money even when I stop working? That single question changes everything. If your income stops when you stop working, you are financially fragile, no matter how high your salary is. The rich escape the 9-5 by building things that earn without their presence: businesses, investments, systems, digital assets. While others chase promotions, they chase ownership. This is why two people can earn the same salary, yet one becomes wealthy and the other stays broke. It's not about income. It's about structure. Now here's the brutal truth most people never hear. A job is designed to keep you busy, not free. Companies pay just enough to keep you comfortable, but not enough to make you independent. Because a financially independent employee is dangerous. They can leave. The rich understand this game. That's why they use jobs differently. Most people see a job as their identity. The rich see a job as a tool. They use it to learn skills, build capital, and create connections. Then they exit. They don't plan to stay forever. Most people plan to survive. The rich plan to escape. Another major difference is how they think about security. Employees chase job security. The wealthy chase skill security. A job can disappear overnight. A valuable skill cannot. Rich people invest heavily in high-income skills: sales, business building, investing, leadership, technology, communication. They know that the real safety net is not a company, it's their ability to create value anywhere. That is why layoffs destroy some people and barely affect others. One group depends on a paycheck. The other depends on their ability. Now let's talk about time. The poor and middle class trade time for money. The rich use money to buy time. This is a massive mental shift. Most people think like this: I'll work more hours to earn more. The rich think like this: how can I remove myself from this process and still get paid? They design systems. Instead of working harder, they work smarter and then build leverage. Leverage means using people, systems, capital, technology. An employee works alone. A wealthy person builds machines that work for them. That machine could be a business, a YouTube channel, an online product, an investment portfolio, a software platform. Once built, it keeps producing. This is how escape happens. Not through effort, but through structure. Now here's where most people fail. They are addicted to comfort. The 9-5 is painful but predictable. The escape path is uncertain, so people choose familiar suffering over unfamiliar growth. They hate their job, yet fear leaving it. The rich make a different decision. They tolerate short-term discomfort for long-term freedom. They may work nights, learn after work, build on weekends, sacrifice entertainment temporarily, not because they enjoy it, but because they understand something most people don't. Short-term pain is cheaper than lifelong regret. Another key difference is how they treat money. Most people use money to consume. The rich use money to multiply. When a normal person gets extra money, they upgrade their lifestyle. When a rich-minded person gets extra money, they upgrade their assets. One buys liabilities, the other buys leverage. This is why many high earners are still broke. They look rich, but are trapped. Wealthy people look boring early and unstoppable later. Now let's talk about identity. Most people see themselves as workers. Rich people see themselves as builders. This is not positive thinking. This is identity-level thinking. If you see yourself as a worker, you look for jobs. If you see yourself as a builder, you look for opportunities. Identity shapes behavior. Behavior shapes results. That is why the rich escape and others don't. Another difference is decision speed. Most people overthink. They wait until they feel ready. The rich act before they feel ready. They understand that clarity comes from action, not thinking. While others analyze for years, they test small and learn fast. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They move with imperfect information and adapt. Speed compounds just like money. Now here is something rarely discussed. The rich are not smarter. They are more comfortable being uncomfortable. They are willing to look stupid. They are willing to fail publicly. They are willing to start small. Most people avoid embarrassment more than poverty. That's why they never try. The rich escape because they are willing to be beginners again and again. Another powerful difference is environment. Most people are surrounded by coworkers who complain about work. Rich people surround themselves with builders. Mindset is contagious. If everyone around you hates their job but never leaves, you normalize imprisonment. If everyone around you builds businesses and invests, you normalize freedom. Your environment trains your expectations. This is why changing who you listen to is often more important than changing what you do. Now let's expose the biggest trap of the 9-5. It doesn't just take your time. It trains your thinking. You are taught to wait for instructions, avoid mistakes, follow structure, stay inside limits. But wealth requires initiative, experimentation, ownership, independent thinking. This mental conditioning keeps people stuck even when opportunities appear. They don't see paths because their thinking was shaped for employment. The rich escape by reprogramming how they think. They stop asking, what job should I get? They start asking, what problem can I solve? Money flows to problem solvers. Now, here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't really want freedom. They want comfort disguised as success. They want money, but not responsibility. Freedom requires self-discipline. In a job, someone else controls your schedule. In freedom, you control yourself. Many people subconsciously avoid freedom because it removes excuses. The rich accept responsibility fully. They don't blame the economy, bosses, or systems. They focus on what they can control. Responsibility gives power. Blame removes it. Now let's connect everything. People stay trapped because they sell time instead of building assets, chase comfort instead of freedom, consume instead of invest, wait instead of act, follow instead of build, fear failure more than regret. The rich escape because they reverse every one of these patterns. They don't work harder. They work differently. And here is the most important part. They don't escape instantly. They escape gradually. First, they build skills. Then they build side income. Then they reinvest. Then they reduce dependency on salary. Then they exit. Escape is a process, not a moment. Most people fail because they expect instant transformation. The rich think in decades. Now ask yourself honestly, are you building a life of freedom or just surviving another year? Because every year you delay building assets is another year inside the system. The 9-5 is not evil. But staying in it forever is a choice. Once you understand how the rich escape, you can never unsee it. And once you can't unsee it, you can't stay comfortable. Because deep down, you'll know you were meant to build more than a paycheck. You were meant to own your time. And that journey starts the moment you stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like a builder. That is the real difference between those who escape and those who stay trapped.